Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are on lesson 1 of a new chapter. This is chapter 8, and I am on page 551 in our book. This chapter is all about fractions, so it's pretty exciting stuff for 5th grade. Fractions is a big part of what we learn, and we have finally made it here. All right, so first thing we need to know is that a fraction is a number that names equal parts of a whole or parts of a set. So a fraction represents division of the numerator, the top number, by the denominator, which is the bottom number. So all that this means is 1/3 is equal to 1 divided by 3. So this line is actually just a division symbol, 1 divided by 3. And when it looks like that, we call it a fraction. The numerator is the number of parts represented. So this is the number of parts, and the denominator represents the number of parts in the whole. So how many are there all together? For example, number 1 here, it says Dylan, Drake, and Jade are sharing 2 small pizzas equally after their lacrosse game. How much does each person get? Okay, so they have 2 small pizzas. So what we do is we say 2 pizzas divided among 3 people looks like this, 2 divided by 3. So as a fraction, that looks like this, 2 divided by 3, or we can say it like 2/3. So we take this pizza and we break it up into 3 equal parts, and we take this pizza and we break it up into 3 equal parts, and each person gets 2 pieces. So 2/3 of the pizza, 2 divided by 3, looks like 2 over 3, or 2/3. The amount of pizza each person gets is between what 2 whole numbers? Well, if I was looking at a number line here, if I don't have a whole number in front of my fraction, like if I don't have this 1 when I have 1.5, then that means my number is a fraction. It's not a whole. So it's between 0 and 1. If it was more than 1, then it would have a number, a whole number with it. Just like you guys might be 10 and you might be 10.5. That means that you are in between 10. You're in between 10 and 11. So here's where you are, 10.5. So your whole number is 10, and then you have a fraction because you're almost at the next number. So you're between 10 and 11. But if we just have a fraction of like 2/3, then that means there's no whole with it. There's missing a whole number. So we're between 0 and 1. We didn't quite get to 1 whole. Now, if we were to eat, like let's say Dylan here decided that he was going to eat everybody's parts of the pizza. I don't know, I should have made this better, but let's say that Dylan was going to eat, we're breaking it up into fourths. Dylan is eating all of this pizza. So Dylan is eating 1 whole pizza. So there is no fraction with that. He ate 1 pizza. But he's not eating 1 pizza. He's eating less than a whole. So that means he's between 0, they're eating 0 and 1, between 0 and 1 portions of the pizza. Okay. The next example says that Ray and Bailey are sharing 3 brownies equally. How much does each person get? So now we only have 2 people and we have 3 brownies. So everyone's going to be able to get more than just 1, right? Because if we had 2 brownies, then they would share 1 each equally, and that would be fine. But we have 3. That means that everybody can get 1 piece, 1 brownie, and a little bit more. So each person gets 3 out of 2 of a brownie. The models at the right show that each person gets 1 whole brownie. Okay, so Ray's brownie and Bailey's brownie is here. And then there's 1 whole brownie remaining. So we can just split that in half. Bailey can get half, and Ray can get another half. So then each person gets 1.5 brownies. So 3 divided by 2 equals 1.5. And the amount of brownies each person gets is between what two whole numbers? So now we have a whole number, 1.5. What is 1.5 between on the number line? 1 and 2. Okay, guided practice here says 2 bags of birdseed are used to fill 3 bird feeders. So we have 2 bags of birdseed and 3 feeders. How much birdseed does each feeder use? Represent the situation using a model. Here we go. Each feeder uses how many? Well, we only have 2 bags and we have 3 feeders, so 2/3. Not quite a whole. We're not able to put a whole bag in each feeder because we only have 2 bags and there's 3 feeders. So 2 divided by 3 looks like this, 2/3, or 2 divided by 3. And that's how we can write it. They each get 2/3 of a bag. Okay, we are going to work on the independent practice together here on page 553 and 554 today. And I'm here if you have any questions.